Hello students, in this video let us discuss about creating histograms with Pyplot. Pyplot is a module in the Matplotlib data visualization. It is used to construct 2D plot easily. That is why we always import it as matplotlib.pyplot. Next, let us have a look about histograms. A histogram is a summarization tool for discrete or continuous data. So whenever we want to show results of continuous data, we can use histograms. For example, plotting of weight, height, the time, then we can use histograms. But when the data is in categories such as country or subject, then we can use a bar chart. Here in this figure, you can see the difference between a bar chart and a histogram. The bar chart has categories of data, whereas histogram has number ranges. And the bars of bar chart have gaps in between, but the bins or the bars of histogram have no gaps as the number ranges are continuous. The hist function of Pyplot modules lets us create and plot histogram from a given sequence or sequences of numbers. Here you can see the syntax for using the hist function of Pyplot. And we have the parameters x, bins, cumulative, hist type, and orientation. X is an array or sequence of arrays, and bins are the number of bars that we want to plot in the histogram. Cumulative is of Boolean type and it is optional. If true, then a histogram is computed where each bin gives the counts in that bin plus all the bins for smaller values. The last bin gives the total number of data points and the default is false. His type can be of bar, bar, stack, step, step fill, and it is optional. Next is orientation. It can be of horizontal or vertical and it is optional. If horizontal, then BARH will be used for bar type histograms. Now let me demonstrate by showing how to plot histograms from ND array with 20 bins. To specify the bins, the bin argument of hist function is used. Here you can see bins is equal to 20. To plot a histogram from an ND array of Y with 50 bins, we can use bins is equal to 50. And for cumulative, we can specify cumulative is equal to true. In cumulative histogram, counts for a bin are computed as counts in that bin plus all the bins for smaller values. To specify histogram type, we can use the hist type function, as in this example, hist type is equal to step. To plot both ND array for X and Y in same histogram, we can use hist function with X and Y in a list as shown in the figure. To plot a stack bar type histogram from both ND array X and Y, we can specify hist type is equal to bar stack. So here you can see a regular histogram of type bar stack. If you want to choose the type as bar stack with cumulative, then we can set cumulative is equal to true. To plot a horizontal histograms from ND array with 50 bins and orientation is equal to horizontal, then we can specify horizontal for orientation. So now let me show with the help of a program. Here we are plotting bins of X with 9 bins. Now you can see this output here. We are plotting 9 bins for X. And it is a simple histogram. But if we want to change the orientation to horizontal, we can specify orientation is equal to horizontal in line number 3. So after specifying orientation is equal to horizontal, you can see the output here. It is being shown in a horizontal form. Next, let me show you on how to create a step type of histogram from the same data. So you can see here in line number 3, I am writing his type is equal to step. So when we run this program, we are getting this output, which is of his type equal to step. Now for this same program, if we want to create a cumulative histogram, then we can just write cumulative is equal to true, as shown here in line 3. And when we run the program, we are getting this output. Now you can see this is the output for cumulative. Next, let me show you on how to create an ND array containing 16 values and then plot this array with the data set of the previous question, but as an ND array. So here we have the output of the normal histogram after plotting X and Y as an ND array. So here are the values for X and here for Y, and we are plotting the histogram for an ND array of X and Y. Next, let me show on how to plot a cumulative histograms for the same questions or for the same values of this data set of the previous question. So let me change here. I'm choosing his type as bar stack and cumulative is equal to true. After running the program, so we are getting this output as shown here below. So remember, we are changing in line number 4 as his type is equal to bar stack and cumulative is equal to true. So next, if we want to plot a horizontal chart or horizontal histogram, then we can use this. Remember that the orientation can be horizontal or vertical. So here we are choosing orientation as horizontal. So my dear students, I hope you understand creating histogram with Pyplot.